Hey everyone, welcome to the channel, and today I will be reading A Cat's Exterior by Bon Bon the Dragon on Tumblr. So let's get into it. Katsuki held you close to him as you clung to his shirt, punching up the fabric in your fist while you sobbed. Her rested his head on yours, hands rubbing your back. He looked over at this child on the straw next to you. Little May, sleeping soundly, bundled and swaddled in thick blankets to keep her warm from the snow outside. He pulled away, looking at your tear-stained face, at your sad eyes, and red nose, at the black and blue bruises on your arms and side of your cheek. He mindlessly dropped his thumb over the spot, making you wince slightly. He frowned, anger and rage in his eyes. He didn't want to see you this way. He wanted to kill this man's ass for doing this to you, for treating you so poorly, for hurting the person he loved the most in the world. He wanted to kiss you, tell you that he loved you, that he loved May like his own, that you never needed that shitty other extra. But he knew he couldn't. Not when you were such in a fragile state. Not yet. I'm so sorry. He choked. I didn't know where else to go. He pulled away, and Mina hugged you from behind. Kaminari, Kirishima and Sarah joining in after, all squeezing you tight. Don't be. I should be reassured. We're glad you got you out of there, and that you came to us. Katsuki took the infant in his arms, instinctively holding her close, and bouncing her up and down, softly. That asshat should be out of the house by the time we get there, if he really knows what's good for him, he hissed, making you chuckle. Yeah, we'll take care of that jerk for you, Ayan. Kirishima sat back, giving you a signature toothy grin. I'll take him to a truck, Sarah offered, getting a laugh out of you. We'll ship him out to Japan, Kaminai said excitedly, and all of you giggled, except for Katsuki, who looked at you worriedly. He has to go. Dashbound spat. Seriously, man. I'll throw him and step out the window if I have to. You can't be with him anymore. I know. You nearly whispered. I cut off his credit card and changed my banking information. So hopefully you will leave. She doesn't have anything while I'm there. Does he not work? Sarah asked. You shook your head. He lives off of me. He thought that since I can provide for him, May and I, that he did not need to work. Which is true, but he drains my savings. So I cut him off. There was a long silence. That's why he got mad at me. Well, he deserved that. Katsuki gave you a smug look. Just because you make much more than him doesn't mean you can just mop around and spend all your damn money. Definitely, Mina said. If I made as much as you did, I wouldn't want to share it. Especially if some lowlife spent it all on junk. He took May from Bakugou, and you hesitantly let her go and into her grasp. She opened her eyes, looking up at you, and you smiled when she cooed back. Okay. He looked up at the group with a serious look. You better go beat up that guy before I change my mind. They looked at you with surprise, and surprise quickly turned to smirks and wicked grins. Katsuki slipped past you, putting on his winter coat. You heard her. You have a douchebag to murder. He opened the door. Get in the damn car. Sitting shotgun, he looked back at the pink car seat behind you. Mina sitting next to it. She's okay. She reassured you. You gave Katsuki your keys. Katsuki, the roads are slippery, so please be... I know. He started the engine, revving it before taking off. Pulling up. And pulling up, Sarah stayed in the car with you as the others walked into the building and up to the penthouse. I really hope they don't actually kill him. You stopped when you saw Katsuki and Kirishima dragging your ex, Riku, out the door, drowning him in the cold snow and smirking. The man was covered in bruises and small cuts. Honestly, You were surprised that's all they did. It did look like Kirshina was holding back Katsuki a little bit when they walked past him. Mina and Carminari joining after, all come back to the car. Mina opened the back door, making grabby hands towards the baby. Sarah unclasped May and carefully handed her to Mina. Kirishima came over, opening the door for you. Where's Katsuki? You ask. He's really trying to scare away Riku. He closed the door, walking behind you, and you got to the entrance, taking the baby from Mina and hearing Katsuki more clearly from down the street. Get lost, you asshole. Don't ever touch or look at her again. Got it? He stoned back, Peter softening a little when you came into sight. He's not gonna come back, he grumbled. Eventually, they walked you up back to your apartment. There's the group going back, leaving you and Katsuki. You looked around at the space and back at May, who was strapped to your chest sound asleep. Your eyes began to water, face feeling puffy, and you felt a pit in your stomach. You choked, and your heart swelled. Katsuki turned around, taken in your bored expression, immediately pulling you and an infant into his arms. Hey. He stroked her hair and buried his face in your shoulder. Hey, I got you. He stopped, letting him hold you. What now? I have a baby and a job, and I can't do this alone. Hey, he squeezed you tighter. Don't you start thinking like that, got it? I'm here for a reason. For you and for May. He pulled back, holding your shoulders. I won't leave you. I'm here. Even if I have to turn into that little shit's full-time uncle. It will happen. I care for you and May with every fiber of my being. And if someone's gonna try and hurt you again, they won't be seeing the light of day tomorrow. Okay? So you better not worry. You smiled a bit, even if he called you at ungodly hours of the night, crying because she's crying too. He couldn't help but smirk. Hell yeah. He held you for a while longer, letting you go so you could put May to bed. He walked in after you, watching you coo to the child as you lay her down in the crib at the end of your room. He leaned against the doorframe, taking in the view. He turned around, meeting his loving gaze. A look he only gave you, a sigh that never failed to make your heart flutter. You mindlessly wandered toward him, watching him stiffen. You hugged the blonde, arms wrapped around his torso, and leaned into him. He hugged you, face buried back into your neck, and you felt his hot breath to your skin. Stay, he whispered. Please. Katsuki's heart raced, and he only hoped you couldn't hear how fast it was beating, with you against his chest. All right. He led you to your bed, letting you get settled in before getting in himself. You snuggled up against him, and he happily took you in, holding you and breathing in your scent, taking in the feeling of just being with you. I love you. You breathed, dozing off.